Oh, we're live. We're live.
Yo, yo. We are
Oh, this is
live.
my opportunity to have Slipknot music live, and I didn't do it.
Well, sometimes when you play music that StreamYard hasn't designed, they'll like delete all your videos and you get
Oh,
done for
yes.
copywriting.
Yeah.
So, who was I with at the weekend who was talking about Slipknot?
Huh?
Oh, I was sat next, no, seriously, I was sat next to went to see Elton John on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we were sat like having like a 3-course meal before the show. And this lady I met, I'm sure she's called Gillian, she was 60. And she goes, our daughter takes her, loves going to different gigs. So she goes with her.
Oh,
And
amazing.
been to see Slipknot.
That's brilliant. I love that.
I was like, were you in the what mosh pit? And she said no.
Yeah, the Slipknot mosh pit's a bit hardcore.
Aha, she wasn't in the mosh pit, but yeah, she's been to see Slipknot. And I was like, I've never heard the songs, but my friend Yvette loves them. So yes. So it just feels like ages since I've done a live with you.
I know. And it's I don't know, it's so strange. It feels like ages, and then every time we do, I feel like so much has changed because so much shifts inside of us, doesn't it, when you're kind of doing this work. So yeah,
I love
I
it.
think and I think because the reason why you invited me on was to talk about the Soul Sister journey, wasn't it? And I was thinking about it the other day because I only dug out one of my old workbooks, the Lifeline workbook, because I love doing that every now and again. And even though I've moved into the elite, like it all started with that Soul Sister group. And I was the OG group, wasn't I? We the first ones with Michelle and that, and we're all still friends. Yeah, OG. So I look so wrong doing that. But yeah, we're all still
You
friends.
need to do that. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we're all still friends, and we all still message each other. And when we get together, like when we could start seeing each other again, and we came to your retreat, the one you did last year in September, it was just blissful to see the girls that were on the original one. But yeah, it's amazing because I keep going back to some of the lessons because I always say like the new level, new devil.
Yeah.
And so all of the things that have happened since I started working with you guys is just mind-blowing. Like, as I was thinking about coming on this call, and I was like, I'll just think back, and launched a business in the middle of COVID. I'm coming up to my 2 years of that business.
Yeah.
And so what's beautiful about that is that I am in massive imposter syndrome at the moment, but I've got the tools. I know what to do. It's kind of like I recognize it so much quicker now. And those cycles of, oh my God, are shorter and shorter. And I've just got that really lovely community as well, whether it's in the Soul Sister group or whether it's in the elite group, just to kind of hop into and go, oh, guys, I'm having a wobble or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then the workbooks, to go back and see some of the workbooks. And I reread some of the stuff I wrote as well. And I'm like, who was she? Who was that person? I don't even recognize her anymore,
Well, I love, and I think if you're on, say hi to us as well, say yo in the comments, tell us you're here, but like just remind people. So if you haven't read the book, because Yvette features in the book as well, when we spoke to you, which was in like the September of 2019, September, October time, tell everyone like what you were like then, before you then started to go on this journey. Like what version of Yvette did we have? Hi, Jane. Hi, Catherine.
Oh, hi, Catherine. So that Yvette was, she loved her job. She did. She really, enjoyed what she was doing. I was working in the travel industry. I was working for a cruise company. So it was really exciting. I got to meet famous chefs and whatever. Got to meet Gary Barlow at one point as well. Not that he's my type of music, but, claim to fame and all that. But it was... The session that we had, the call that we had, I remember it really vividly. It was 8 o'clock in the morning because it was the only time I could fit it around my diary. My diary was literally go from 9 in the morning to like 6 in the afternoon. And it was in this teeny tiny little box room because it was the only one that I could get that was private, with the sort of the glass that looked behind it. And I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was like running from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And it was funny because the thing that I booked the initial call with you guys with was around weight loss, because I thought weight loss was the thing that was impacting my whole life. And then it was just this like massive can of worms. But even within that role within itself, you know, because I'd come literally pretty much straight out of a really hardcore cancer surgery at the end of 2018 into a really big corporate role, kind of thrown myself into that and then kind of gone, whoa, okay, what's this all about? And yeah, I mean, in all honesty, didn't know my ass from my elbow at that point. Hi, Cheryl.
Here's our new elite soul sister.
Oh, can't wait to you on the calls. But it was mind blowing, because I knew there was, and this is what a lot of people say, there was something missing, there was something not right. There was like this, like inner knowing, this kind of, is this what my life's about? Is this what my life's about? Because as much as I enjoyed the role and I enjoyed what I did and the people I worked with, I felt like I had no life. And the thing that always gets me is when I go to Download Festival. So that is like, only because it's like top of mind now, it's like my little Christmas. And I always remember standing in front of the stage with my drink in my hand and kind of watching the first band. And every single year I'd be like, okay, this is the year things are going to change. And that was this is the year that all of these things are going to happen. And then COVID hit, and obviously no festivals, blah, blah, blah. And it's only been like not last weekend, the weekend before, that we went to Download again for the first time in 2 years, properly, like the big festival. And I stood there and I was like, oh my God, I've got my business. Oh my God. And it was just amazing.
Oh.
And it was the most bizarre thing as well, because it's all there. You know, I designed my branding. But I'd been really helping people on LinkedIn, because there was 500 of us that got made redundant. And not all of us, including me, had a financial package at the time. So there was nothing to fall back on. The whole the world imploded, didn't it? You know, so the whole travel industry was in a really bad way. And we were really quite concerned for, you know, the maritime, you know, the guys out on the ships, because they were getting stuck for quite long periods of time. So I threw myself into LinkedIn, and I threw myself into being this like positive energy for people that were trying to find a job and blah, blah. And it was when you guys kicked off, oh God, what were they called? The Lunchtime Lives that you did. And a bunch of us that were part of that community started to chat there. And I found my little, and then I put in place as part of what you guys teach, like my morning routine again. And so I'd been meditating, and I remember waking up this one morning and I had this really clear sort of thing that said decide, and I knew exactly what it meant. And I happened to message Donna on that morning and I went, I've got this branding, and you know, I'm kind of looking for a job and no one's really hiring. And she's like, oh my God, just put a video out there. And I swear to you, and I shouldn't say this because this is, you know, but I put that video out with my branding, and I have not had time or needed to do anything from a social media perspective for my own business since then. I am obviously going forwards coming into year 2, but the recommendations that have come through, and with ease, grace and flow, you know. But it's not, you know, it's not just that. It's, you know, I'm now my diet's back on track, my sleep's back on track. I haven't drunk for almost a year, which I was like, oh my God, how did that happen? So, yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much, I feel like, you know, when they say like with your body, it replaces its cells every so many, whatever it is.
11 years.
Yeah. I feel like that's happened. And there's like this print of Yvette over here that wasn't that Yvette over there, you know?
I love it. And obviously we're like, you know, since Yvette joined the Soul Sister program, then set your business up, like Yvette works with it, like we're one of Yvette's clients. So Yvette started a business and we're one of Yvette's clients, and the Yvette's in the elite, so Yvette's one of our clients. So we've been like intrinsically kind of like flowing through each other's journey, haven't we, of going from where we were to becoming entrepreneurs. But I love the story, because everyone will see you now, you've got this business, but like we have to remember like where you came from. And this is why we share these stories with with everyone, because it shows what's possible. So it's like you were in this environment, you thought you were happy, you enjoyed your job, but you were in this box. You felt like you were in this box, and you weren't really truly being yourself, were you? So I just remember always like, you know, now you can just rock up to lives with like a Slipknot t-shirt and a Metallica t-shirt, Motorhead, or dye your hair pink, or like you really are living is the true Yvette without the masks of feeling like you're in this box and doing the role in the box. It's like you're out of the box. You've got your own business. You're the CEO of your life, and you now get to decide and design your own life. And this is why we want to like to share these, because everyone will see you now and how successful you were, and you've built this business on recommendations. But that isn't how you felt before you joined the Real You program, right?
No, because you know, having a business had been a dream of mine, which I'd buried for years. Like I hadn't realized that, and it was part of that work, and it was that lifeline piece as well that did that for me, that made me realize, oh, actually I have had this dream for a while. I didn't know what the business would be, but you know, just being able to show up to Zoom calls with clients and, you know, read their energy as well, because also I'm a Kundalini teacher too, which is great, because you know, being working with you guys means that I can do that and teach that, which I love to do as part of the you know, as part of the groups. And I can turn up to a Zoom and kind of go, oof, okay, the energy's a bit off here. How would you feel about doing a breath session before we kick off and talk about marketing? You know, which is just brilliant. And I love that. And yeah, it's like you say, you know, I don't have to second guess and think about whether, you know, I dye my hair pink or things like that. And, you know, it's not been all roses for sure. You know, there's been big things where, you know, a client maybe has, I don't know, fallen through or whatever, and I've thought, oof, how am I going to make this work this month? Or, you know, things like I've thought that something's a really good idea and I've pitched it to a client and it's kind of gone, and they've gone, what, you know, and it's really kind of not landed well. Yeah. You know, and even like, you know, some of the stuff that we work with together as well, some of the things that go on behind the scenes that haven't maybe necessarily gone to plan. But the thing with that is the resilience that I've now got. And it's not a case of, bless you, thank you, Catherine. And the resilience of that, and being able to know and move from that kind of imposter syndrome of then it would have just shut everything down before I would have. And the thing that it did make me realize doing all of this work as well is that I'd progressed so far in corporate, and I'd always ask myself, oh, that next step to that really senior level, why did I never take that step? Because I could have, but I realized that I was taking myself to the brink, and my imposter was going, oh no, this feels really scary and you're going to make these mistakes. So it stepped me back. And that was a real big kind of, big awakening for me as well, really. So you're absolutely right. I feel like I'm out of my box, and yeah.
You're just out. You're out of your box, and now you get to decide and design your own life. So, and the reason we're sharing these stories with you, these they're not stories, the life events, right? The real life examples of what can happen when you do the work. So, as part of our birthday bonanza week, I've still got the. It's starting.
I love it.
Starting to be a little bit depleted. It's going down a bit. Back
looking a little bit flat.
Go down until it goes down.
Yeah.
We're offering the opportunity for 5 women to join us in our 6-month Real You Soul Sister program, which is where Yvette's journey began. You were part of the OG group. If you feel like Yvette did, if you feel like you're in this box, if you feel like you're fitting into the mold in the box with the masks on, being what you think you should be, but feeling happy and enjoying, but just know there's something missing. And now look at Yvette. And what was the one question that Donna asked you in that first initial conversation that made you go, ugh?
It gives me goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps. There was that question, which was, if you are sat here in 12 months' time, in the same place, feeling like, oh, it gives me tingles, feeling like you feel, doing what you're doing, how will that make you feel? And I was no one had ever asked me that before. You know, you kind of like, people say, oh, make a year plan or make a 5-year plan, but no one actually says, if you feel like this, even if it's that, just, you know, you're kind of generally happy, but you've got this kind of inner knowing that this is not all that there is to life, you know, and you're going to sit in that, and in a year's time you're still going to be in that same position. No. And that for me was a little bit like a lightning bolt. It was like that was what do I say? It's the blow the doors off kind of statement, you know.
Yeah. Like that. Well, you're going to be stood at the Download Festival at the front of the stage in another year, feeling like nothing's changed, and that's the moment for you. And then you've gone this year after COVID and been allowed to go back, and then look back and think like, my God, look what I've created in the last 2 years. You've got a business, you've got it built on recommendations, you've got a team, and like, most importantly, you yourself, right?
Yeah, that was the thing, is because when we came back this time, you know, I obviously always take that first day off anyway, because all the camping gear needs to be sorted out. But I wasn't in that, you know, that kind of like, okay, I've got to get the game face on. Right, let's put all of these clothes away and get all of the suits and the work clothes and all of that and the jackets out. I mean, it was a bit more casual at where I work, but you know, you still had a suit jacket and stuff like that. And it felt like layering up. It felt like putting a mask on. Whereas, you know, the next day I had calls with people, and, you know, to be fair, it was people that I knew very well. So I didn't even put makeup on, and I just kind of rocked up in my tea. I'd washed, obviously, I'd been for a shower and stuff, but you know, it was
covered in mud.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was so nice because it was sunny this time around. But do you know what I mean? It was like every part of life flows now. I don't feel like I'm compartmentalizing, you know. I don't feel like, oh, I've got to be this person over here and that person over there, and you know,
just you, unapologetically you. So ladies, if you are in a box, you're putting your game face on, you feel like you are fitting into a mold, and you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, what if this is still the same in 12 months time? You have an opportunity. We're opening these slots up until Friday as part of our birthday bonanza week.
Oh my God, do it.
To come and join us in our 6-month Soul Sister program. And if you're interested and you want to know more, you have to just DM me or Donna the word unicorn.
Unicorn.
Unicorn. And tell us. Like,
no, I love it. Is that from America when you guys went over there?
Yes, it was Linda. Yes,
yeah.
It was it when I was in Dallas. I've got my own unicorn. So yes, DM was the word unicorn. If you are ready for change, you're ready to do something different, become the CEO of your own life, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We will be live at some point for the rest of the week. Can't remember if it's tomorrow or the day after, but we'll be here. We'll let you know. We're showing up. But thank you, Yvette, because it's fab to just come and sit and reflect and hear the story again and remember the journey that you've been on to create this amazing life. So thank you for coming and sharing with our audience.
Thanks for having me on again.
And like I say, if you want to join romping around in a field of unicorns with Slipknot and mosh pits and whatever else, then
honestly, it's the best. It's the best thing. It is the best thing that you'll ever do for yourself, because everything starts from there. Like, if you needed a plot point or a plot twist in your life, this is it. So yeah.
DM us. Unicorn. Amazing. Right, guys, we're going to tune out and let you have a fabulous Tuesday. And thank you, Yvette, so much for coming and doing this.
Thank you for having me again. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.